Howdy there, welcome to my second tutorial. Today I'll be talking about how to use the mouse tool, this little arrow tool in Soundation.com. I have a couple of clips dragged in here. One of them is an audio clip, the other one of them is a MIDI clip on an instrument channel. Sorry about all the racket, there's a lot of students outside my room right now. Alright, so if I click on a clip, it will select it. I can also, if I click in an open area and drag over several clips, so let's say I was to copy and paste these guys somewhere. If I drag over several areas, you see I can select multiple things at once. So there's a special helpful feature for the arrow tool here. When I have a clip selected, so let's select this audio clip, I have a couple of options. If I hover my mouse over this title bar of the clip and go to the back end, you see that it turns into this little loopy arrow. That's going to loop whatever the clip is. It's so starting from the beginning of the clip, it will loop, it will replicate basically as long as I drag this. It'll loop it as many times as I drag for. And I've had some students before who have dragged it for like eternity. I think one of my kids made like a 10-minute song out of one loop. It was kind of silly. So there's one option. I can loop it, or I can crop it. Cropping means to like trim the edges off of something. So if I was to give you a picture of a person and ask you to cut off the edges, that would be cropping. Cropping, you hover over the back end or the front end, not the title bar. Sorry about all that sound. Let's see, and you shrink it inwards, and you see that's just trimming off all that outer stuff. So let's say I really only want these three pings right there. I'm just going to crop it down to those three pings. Something interesting is once you have cropped something, if you loop it, it will only loop whatever you have looped there. So let's say I just want that little bit. I can now, if I go to my stretcher, I can shrink this guy to fit now that size. Cool. So now we have two sounds. Whoops. Hit my enter key to go back to the beginning. And so now I have that little bit of a kind of a funky loop there going on. So that's how you use the loop, and that's how you use the stretch. Something worth noting about MIDI clips, your note clips here, is that if you are cropping, you can add time at the front and you can add time at the back as well. And what that does is when you double click on this clip now, you can edit these. So I can add my own notes. Whoops. Double click to get rid of it. Yep, there we go. So now I've added my own two notes, and you can see them right there. And if I want to, I can make them a little bit longer because that'll probably sound better. So now I've got my own notes there. And I did that by using the cropping tool, but instead of cutting time off of my clip, I added time onto it. I can also then loop my clip just like I could in audio clip. So, hope that's been helpful. That's tutorial number 2. Next time I'll be talking about using the scissor tool and the stretching tool all in one clip. How do I stop this video? Getting close. There.